Hey guys, Mark, Salt Strong. Today we're going to talk about the Quantum inshore smoke, a reel that I've had a lot of time on the water with lately. I'm going to talk about some of the pros, the cons, and kind of dive into the reel when it comes to the specs to see, what you anglers will experience whenever you go Quantum. So we're going to unbox the product. So first neat thing that Quantum does is it kind of gives you a table of contents of everything to expect. So the reel diagram, some stickers talking about the performance tuned products that are in the reel itself, and then the protection plan, which again is a huge part of what Quantum does. I'll talk about that in 1 second. The reel itself, I chose the 3000 today just because it's a little bit larger platform, something that's a little easier to see in the product video. As you can see, one-piece handle design. This particular reel has a 6-to-1 gear ratio. I'll talk about that in 1 second as well. And then the Quantum inshore smoke. So let's dive into it. So some of the nice things about Quantum that I've really enjoyed is the simplicity of how they manufacture the reels. Most reel manufacturers today are trying to get to that one-piece monocoque frame. And what that means is they're going to get away from the side plates on reels moving forward. Because what most flex and what most problems are with today's reels, the reason why they flex is because of the side plate. So what Quantum has done uniquely is they load all of their gears and assembly from underneath, and it's called their rear engine design. So this whole cap will actually come off, and there are no side frames that screw on, screw off. So they load everything from the bottom to keep the tightest fit, so there is no variation, no wobble, no inconsistencies when the gears are inside. There's no slop. So a very, very unique thing that Quantum is starting to do with their reels. Now this particular reel has a couple of different products involved. You have an aluminum design on your framing. Again, it's a one-piece kind of a framing. They do have a carbon series rotor, and the reason why they do that is to decrease the weight of the reel. So this particular spinning rotor is a carbon fiber-based system to reduce weight. One of the big pros for me with this reel, and I'll show you my combo in 1 second, I'm pretty tough on my product, okay? I beat it, I bang it. I'm one of those guys that have 100 rods on my boat deck. I'm kind of a freshwater, saltwater kind of guy. So I like having a lot of product around me when I need it. The unique thing about Quantum, and the reason why I love this little reel, is it's almost bulletproof. If you look at this bail design, they're the only ones in the industry that I know that does this. They use actually a titanium bail. So if you step on this reel, if you beat it, bang it, slap someone with it, it's not going to affect the consistency of this bail design. One really, really neat feature. It's one of the strongest bails in the industry, matter of fact. So one really, really huge key is this bail. With all high-end spinning reels, and I'm going to call high-end anything from that 160 and above market, you're getting into a lot of bearings, okay? And I think that that's one of kind of the cons to our industry, is the higher the bearing count, the more susceptible they are to this saltwater corrosion. So the sealed componentry is very, very crucial with saltwater reels. So what Quantum does, again, that's very, very unique, is they have a great sealed system for their reel. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but they actually have a seal that's inside that oscillation shaft that will kind of propel the water. As that shaft is going up and down, that water is being shucked, and you can see some of the grease that's right here. It kind of repels that water out to where it won't allow it to go up and down the shaft. So another really, really unique deal that Quantum does. Quantum as a manufacturer used to own Van Staal, and you can see some of the similarities of the Van Staal product with all the different cutouts and extrusions. Again, it's kind of a design thing, but also a weight reduction thing as well. So kind of a unique setup. I'll get to one of my cons, and this is where I think Quantum has struggled over the years. When it comes to the noise clicker itself, I have found that with a lot of heavy use, the clicker, the spring, that little mechanism inside, it breaks. So it doesn't affect the drag per se, but it does affect the noise. So as you're fighting a fish, you don't hear your drag. So that's one of the biggest things that I would love to see Quantum kind of fix over the next generations of reels, is to fix that clicker assembly inside. Again, it's a noise thing, but to me that's important. It's important for me to be able to hear something that's going on in the back of my boat. That way I can help the angler that that's fishing with me, and I know how to strengthen or reduce that drag system based on the noise that it's making. So kind of a con to me when it comes to the clicker itself. But as far as the overall design, the weight of the product, it's phenomenal. Now I'm reverse-handed to what most of the market is. So please understand that I fish everything on the right-hand side of my reel. I grew up in the Texas and Louisiana market, so most of our stuff back home were the bait casting market, and I just developed the understanding of reeling everything from my right-hand side. So you're gonna see the handle on the opposite side. Even though I am right-handed, I just fish goofy-handed. Nice things about the Quantum, number one, it's a direct gear-driven system. So as you can see, this one-piece handle design, it bolts directly into the gear. That's the strongest method that our industry has today. Very, very awesome product. Okay. As far as the drag itself, I'll get into some of the specs. The drag itself has about a 20 to 22 pound class system. For the inshore market, I want you guys to understand, we at Salt Strong, we don't really care, about the specs of it saying it's 20 to 25 pounds. We want you to utilize what the reel is made for, what the line is made for. If you're fishing 10-pound test and our rule of thumb is 30% of that 10 pounds, say 3 pounds, we want you to use this at a 3-pound setting. And I think where most individuals go wrong when they're using a light frame reel like this is they try to crank it down at its max efforts, which is of course not a good thing to do. It is a carbon fiber based system, so the drag itself can handle a lot of pressure. It can handle that long redfish. I'm going to pull 100 feet of line, 200 feet of line, 300 feet of line extremely fast. That carbon fiber system is truly, truly amazing with it. Now, this particular reel, we talked about how high bearing reels can kind of be a problem in the saltwater industry. Their sealed system does a great job, kind of, a mid to upper tiered kind of a bearing system in our industry, where I would think that some of other manufacturers have a little bit better sealed consistency with their product concealment of bearings. Quantum is kind of an open exposed bearing system, but it still does have good seals throughout the product. And this is an 11 bearing system with a roller bearing for your line. So it's 11 plus 1, so 12 total bearings on the product. About, I would say, out of the 20-pound class system, if you're using 10-pound, you're going to be in that 200 range as far as line capacity goes. And you can see some of the specs here. The nice thing about it is, on the weight side, you can see if I bring it in close here, any of the products that you're going to see in that 8 ounce and below is something that I'm going to consider to be a lightweight frame design. So very, very unique. Another unique thing that I wanted to talk to you about is, that we like to throw a lot of artificial baits, and I would say that anything in that 8 ounce and below platform, those lightweight reels are really, really conducive to using the artificials that we talk so much about. One of the cons that I will talk about, because it is a 8 ounce reel, $189 price point, there are other reels out there that are as light or even lighter in some cases that can be less expensive. I would say that most of our market starts in that $99 price point range. That is truly a saltwater grade reel. So again, one of the cons is to get into the market, to that barrier entry, it can be had at a much lower price. So keep that in mind as well. 6-to-1 ratio, very light reel, tremendous drag. Love the titanium. I would just say, as a improvement to the reel, The noise clicker has to improve on this product. That's one of my biggest, concerns on the longevity is the drag clicker. Now, as far as the reel and the performance of the product, I've had a lot of time on the water. Now, this particular rod and reel combination, we typically fish, the medium actions, 6 to 12s, 8 to 17 round, rods. Again, same reel. I have on here 10 pounds and, test braid. I'm trying out some new braid. We'll discuss that in a different video. You can see Slam Shady. It's just a great all around inshore fishing, inshore flats, to even on the offshore stuff. I've even used this offshore yellowtail snapper fishing. So when we chum up those yellowtails offshore, the drag system, the mechanics of the reel, it's conducive to do it all. So kind of a unique setup. Again, Quantum inshore smoke. You can see it here. This is the 30 size, which is the same as the 3000. Most manufacturers kind of stay consistent there. So last thing that we can discuss is the price and how to find the product. So number one, most of the Quantum products are what they call family priced. So you're in that $189.99 price range, and that's the same price through the entire series. It doesn't matter if it's a 2500 all the way up to a 5000. So it's the same family price on the reels. As far as the reels itself, they are available on our website. So if you do go to saltstrong.com, you'll see not only more product reviews, more about this product in general. You'll have the opportunity to purchase this product on our website. And again, that is saltstrong.com. Last thing I wanted to chat with you about today, guys, was the warranty. And I think that this is where Quantum is very, very good in our industry. They actually have one of the longest warranties that you can find on a reel. So most manufacturers are a 1-year parts and service kind of a warranty. It's against defects. I know that warranties are kind of stretched a little bit when it comes to the consumer demand, but the Quantum warranty itself, these guys, I mean, it's a no hassle kind of thing. If you have a reel that doesn't perform to your expectations, they cover the product for 3 years. You're talking 3 years on a warranty base in Oklahoma. They service their customers extremely well. That's kind of unheard of in our industry. Most are kind of a cash and carry kind of a basis. Once you pay the cash, walk out the door, you're kind of, assuming your own risk at that point. And that's where I think Quantum really shines on the warranty side. So 3-year warranty, $189 price point. Find it on saltstrong.com. Guys, for more unbiased reviews, tips, and any information regarding the things that we talk about on a consistent basis, go to saltstrong.com. Be a part of our community. That's some of the best dialogue, the best understanding, the best education that you can get. Go to saltstrong.com. We're very, very active in the community. You'll see myself in there. If you have any questions, drop a line. I'll certainly get you any answers that you need. Saltstrong.com. Be a part of the community. Look at our shop page. You'll be so surprised and see how many items that we have listed in there. Tips, education, great content. Thanks, guys.
There's something about the water that'll give you peace, all by yourself or with your family. Live Salt Strong and wear the line today.